Hello again, 8th graders. This is Chapter 6.5b, the lesson on finding percent of decrease. You are going to find that the finding of the percent of decrease is very similar to the percent of increase that you did in 6.5a. Got your calculator? Got something to write with? Then let's go. Step 1. Big surprise, we are going to subtract to find the amount of change. Remember, that's the whole for percent as a decimal or fraction times the whole equals the part. That's why in step 2 you're going to set up the equation with the original amount times n, which stands for the percent in this case, equals the amount of change. And notice we're going to go to the nearest tenth of a percent again, just like we did in lesson 6.5a. Our first step is going to be to subtract. 18 minus 10 equals 8. This is the amount of change. Now, just as in 6.5a, this first number that they tell us is the original amount. Now, to set up our equation, we are going to take the original amount, 18, times n, the percent we don't know, to equal the part, which is our amount of change, or 8. You know what comes next? We're going to divide by 18. Some people need a calculator for this one, some people don't. You think it through. 8 over 18 reduces to 4 over 9. And that family is kind of nice. It's just the numerator repeated. So we're going to have 44.4%. Or again, remember, you're going to have 8 divide by 18, second function key, percent key, equals. And don't forget to round off. Let's look at example B. In 1967, there were 3,384 drive-in movie theaters in the United States. In 1997, 30 years later, there were 360 drive-in theaters. Find the percent of decrease to the nearest tenth of a percent. The original amount is 3,384. We're going to subtract. Now, it's a story problem. What does this really represent? At least get down that it's theaters. Drive-in theaters would be better. We'll take theaters. Now, remember, your original amount is the 3,384. And your amount of change is 3,024. Divide both sides by 3,384. And n is going to equal approximately 89.4%. And these, by the way, are true statistics for example B. At this point, you hit pause and you do example C. How did you do, 8th graders? Did you get it right? Did you remember to put a label after the 60,989? Did you remember the percent label? Go on to example B. Again, this time you hit pause and do the problem. And how did you do on this one? By the way, I have no idea what a widget is. It's a made-up thing. When we want to talk about a product that some company makes and we don't know what else to call it, we just call it a widget. This ends lesson 6.5b. When you are finished, make sure that you reply with the code words pizza, pizza. Scouting out.